Hey guys, it's Chris here from The Crafty Carver, and I have come across some new glues, new to me anyway, recently, and I wanted to do a little experiment and share the results with you guys. So I guess we'll just start here at the top left. I have here, this is Aleene's DIY Craft Industrial Strength Glue Stick Permanent Adhesive. So what really started my looking for glue sticks is I absolutely love, found this to be the best thus far prior to this testing of glue stick. And the trick with glue sticks is you have to apply it on both surfaces, both the piece you're putting down and the place where you're putting it. And so I really love this glue stick, and I love this nice big size that they have, but I can't find this anymore for less than $10. And if I'm gonna pay $10 for a glue stick, I can get this, which has way more in it. This is 4.05 ounces and this is 1.4 ounces. So you can almost get 4 times as much with this, but I'm not sure how it's gonna work. And it's purple. I ordered this on Walmart.com and they listed it as the white or the just the regular white glue stick, but when I got this disappearing purple. So we'll see how that works out, because also this Aleene's, look at how bright orange that is, and it is supposed to be disappearing also. So then I was looking for a cheaper glue option to some of the crafting that I do with art glitter glue, where a tacky glue would work just fine. So I got this pack of Aleene's different tacky glues. There's clear gel, fast grab, original tacky, and we're going to go through the ups and downs of all of those. So back again at the top left here with the Aleene's Industrial Strength glue stick, I just took a piece of paper and I used it to glue together the paper in half and attach fabric and a piece of just like old school polyester lace. Okay, so as you can see, the orange did not, let's see, the orange did not disappear here. So through the white lace, you can still see the orange, and it's not really coming up on camera. Maybe it is. You can see the orange through the fabric as well. Now I don't see orange through the paper. So on the back, I wrote some notes. This was the slowest drying of the 3 glue sticks, and it stays orange under the lace and fabric. So let's check and see how well it held. Okay, so there's a little resistance there, a little separation where the glue was heavier on both surfaces, where it does actually pull away the paper. So it holds okay, but that's only like a quarter of where the glue was placed. So I would say that's a no for me on lace. Let's see how it did on fabric. Ooh. Okay, so look at that. We have paper separation everywhere that I put the glue with this just plain old cotton quilting fabric. So I would say that's pretty good. Let's see how it does paper to paper. And what I'm really looking for here is separation. Yeah. I would say this is pretty good, guys. Look at the separation we're getting here. Do you see that? How it's... I would say that's pretty good, and it doesn't look too orange inside here at all. So this was a pretty reasonably priced glue stick, but it's very, very tiny. So I might put it in my travel bag when I run out of the little Elmers, because I do use the little size of the Elmers in my travel bag. I may use it for that depending on price, but I'm not really sure because I don't like how it worked with the lace and the fabric. So anyway, let's move on to the next. Okay, so we have my tried and true Elmer's Craft Bond glue stick. We used it on the lace. Let me see if I can take it off. Okay, we have paper separation. Again, just maybe this lace is not that great, but we do have paper separation there on the lace, so that's good. Let's try the fabric. Already much harder to pull this off. Oh yeah, look at that. Really strong bond with this. And look, now I have a little piece of book cloth. All right, so let's try paper to paper. Yep. Very good separation. Even better than, yeah. That's not coming apart. It's coming in pieces. Okay. So still my tried and true. So let's see how the Darice extra large held up. Now, this was purple through here, but I can't see any purple when it dried. No separation with the lace at all. And no paper separation with the fabric. So that's a no. This was the fastest drying, so maybe I didn't work fast enough with it before the glue started to dry. But for glue stick, this does dry more matte than the other two. So if you're doing something where some of the paper has see-through pieces, like a die cut or something, the glue won't show up as much in between in the open spaces. So that's good. And it did stay a little purple under the lace and fabric, but over time, a long period of time, that did disappear. I glued these together several weeks ago and have let them sit. So let's see how it does paper to paper. Yeah. I'm going to say that's a no for me. I opened that whole thing right up and there is zero paper separation in there. So I would say this one's good for your kids, but probably not for junk journals, if I had to guess. I may try and use it on something like if I'm just going to sew around it anyway and I need it to dry quick and stick so that I can run it through the sewing machine. That would be a perfect use for this one. So this may be like my sewing machine friend. All right, so let's get these glue sticks out of the way and move up all of our Aleene's glues here. And let's take a look from left to right. So this is the Fast Grab Tacky, okay? And let's try that same lace and see what we get. Okay, we have paper separation right away. Let's try the fabric. Again, paper separation right away. It did warp the paper, but not as bad as some of the others. It's the same consistency of the regular tacky glue. The grab appeared to be the same as the regular tacky glue. So I'm not really sure why it's called Fast Grab. Maybe with other items besides paper, fabric, and lace, but I don't know what else you'd be using it on. But it, like, this is the original tacky glue. You can see, I don't know if you can see that it didn't warp the paper as much. So maybe it's a little faster drying. I don't know. Let's try the paper to paper and see what we get. If I can. I did pretty good gluing these together, so let's see. Ugh. There we go. All right, yeah, so yeah, we're ripping paper, so great grab on that. Great grab on that. So I would throw this in my travel kit all day long. These little 0.66 fluid ounce. I got the sample kit because I think it was like $7 for all the little bottles that I got, because I didn't want to go spending money on big bottles if it wasn't gonna perform, you know. So I was really glad that they did this little sample pack that has all these different kinds in it. And I think there was like 5 or 6 little bottles in it, but a couple of them were duplicates. I can't find the rest of them. So anyway, Fast Grab Tacky Glue is a yes for me. All right, clear gel tacky glue. This is obviously clear, which doesn't really make a difference to me because the other tacky glues that aren't clear, they dry clear, so I'm okay with that. This one, it's the consistency of Fabri-Tac. So if you're used to working with Fabri-Tac, it's the same consistency, but it warps a lot and it's very slow drying. So if you're doing something where you want a lot of freedom to move and shift things around, this would be a good one. I would say I would probably use this over the top of double-sided tape to give me some movement when I'm trying to put some things down. But let's see if it's as strong, because clear glues usually, to me, unless they're Fabri-Tac, are not as, like, clear PVA glues are usually not as strong as white PVA glue, in my opinion. But let's see. We've got really great contact with the lace. Oh yeah, that lace is a yes for me. Let's try the fabric. Again, we have paper separation all the way down. Doesn't show that it leaked through the fabric, leaving dark spots or anything. So let's try paper to paper. I should have left myself a little corner so that I could get into these, but I glued them right to the edges. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yep, we're ripping paper. So, clear gel tacky glue from Aleene's. Yep, she's a yes for me. All right, so the quick dry, don't mind these squiggles. I just needed to get my pen to work, and this was the only paper I had laying around. But quick dry tacky glue. Let's see, this one was very runny, like watered down Elmer's school glue. Does dry very quickly though. So this may be great for like decoupage or something like that with napkins or tissue paper. But let's see how it holds. Yep, it's that same Aleene's hold. Whoa, I'm actually ripping the lace. Okay, yep. Fabric, let's check that. Oh, interesting. It pulled really, really well on the lace, but the fabric peeled right off. There's only one little tiny spot of paper. I don't know if you can see that. That's interesting. Yeah, it only pulled about a pea-sized amount of the paper. So let's try paper to paper. Yep, we're ripping paper, so that's good. Maybe the fabric was a fluke. Maybe it likes synthetic versus organic fibers. Who knows, but still a pretty good glue and would have its purpose. And then we've got the good old original tacky glue. So let's see how these others stack up against the original. It grabs pretty fast, it's very thick, and it requires like smushing. So like the glue is fat when you pour it out on something. Let me show you. See how it keeps its shape? You really need to like run an old store card over it or something to smush it and spread it out on your project. Otherwise, your project is just lumpy. This did warp the paper really bad, but let's check lace. We barely pulled paper on the lace. Let's try fabric. And we pulled some paper on the fabric, about 50%. And let's try paper to paper, if I can get it apart. I smushed that glue right to the edges. Okay, there's a corner. All right, so let's try this. Yeah, we're ripping paper. So with paper, we're good. Now see, this one didn't really care for synthetic lace. It was okay with the organic fiber, and for paper, obviously, it's great. So that's very, very interesting to me, and that's really going to help me to make sure that I am reaching for the right glue. I keep this little container next to me when I'm working that has all my glues in it to kind of keep them upright, and this is where I keep my glue sticks. I'll definitely put these little bottles in here and use these for their purposes, or they'll go into my travel bag. Like this one will probably go in my travel bag, and these little ones are great for traveling because they don't take up much space, and these caps fit nice and tight. But you can see I have my tried and true art glitter glue that looks like terrible because I've used it to absolute death. And then I have my Sugar Bells icing bottle that I keep my Fabri-Tac in. And then this is just like a PVA book binding glue that has neutral pH. So I repaired my Bible recently. The cover fell completely off, which was to my advantage because I got to add some lace and some scrapbook paper cover papers or leaf papers on the inside and replace the hollow in the spine, and this glue worked great. And with a neutral pH, I know it's going to last for a long time, and it's not going to, you know, make the words start coming off the page and whatnot. So I can trust that when I hand that Bible down in my family throughout the years that my writing and everything is going to stay in there. So I like to use that on spines and things when I'm doing bookbinding. Okay, so you can see that there's not any one perfect glue for junk journaling. There's several kinds that do several things, and sometimes it's easy to forget. So you can put like a little piece of paper on the outside of your glue and just write on the bottle with a Sharpie what you want to use it for, so that once you've done your glue tests, you know what it was good for and what it was good for, what it wasn't good for. So like on the original tacky glue that didn't do too good on the lace, I would put no lace on the bottle or something like that. Or fabric only or paper only or something like that, so that I can remember. Because if you're like me, it's hard to remember sometimes all the things. So thanks guys for joining me on this little adventure of glue. I really had high hopes for this. I'm going to try to work with it again, using it faster or thicker so that it doesn't dry before I make contact with my pieces, and see if that makes a difference, because I really love how huge this glue stick is, how it feels in my hand, how much coverage you get because it is so big in comparison, and for the price. But sometimes you get what you pay for too. So I'm also not a fan of the disappearing color. I use glues that just are clear because I don't know, I don't feel like I need that to know if I have coverage to the corners. I can kind of see what I'm doing. So maybe I'll try and get the white again and see if that makes a difference, because I really wanted this puppy to work because I love how huge it is. And I'm so sad that Elmer's has like quit making this or whatever, because now it's like $10 a stick, which is crazy to me. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks for joining me on my little glue adventures, and I hope that you carve out some time to do the things that you love this week. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.